The sticky buns is homemade bread dough that I make from scratch. And then I I take balls and roll them in butter. It is just seething in butter.
They're
So good, so bad. That I discuss it, and he hates that I discuss it when the cameras are on.
Is it funny to make yourself look as fat as possible and eat as much as possible? Is that for you?
green beans, yes. Why can't I eat green beans?
And he makes the bread.
Hey guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Kate Gosselin might be going back to work. Oh my God, what's going on? Okay, Kate might have a new job. I don't know if she actually does have a new job, but she just got her nursing license in the state of North Carolina. And she and her family moved to North Carolina this year after she sold her house in Pennsylvania. So the home that she sold it for over $1 million. I don't really know like how much she owed on it or what kind of mortgage was on it, but I'm assuming she had some sort of money that was left over. I don't know if she purchased a home in North Carolina or not. She moved to North Carolina. There hasn't been a lot of details about where she moved, if she bought a house. Anyway, Maddie shares TikToks and photos here and there, but overall, Kate has not posted anything on her social media in like more than a year. And so when they were selling their house in March or in the spring, there was all these rumors that were going around that Kate was broke or that she was, gonna have to figure out a way to make money because she just didn't have the same income as she once did. Or she wasn't broke, let's say, and they said that the finances are not what they used to be. And she's not working, so there are no checks coming in. And it says, the source told In Touch, it costs a lot of money to care for the kids and the lifestyle that she's been accustomed to. Having a hit TV show had a lot of perks. Things have definitely changed, and that's why she's looking to sell her home. So she was selling her home because prices and things and whatever. And then they moved to North Carolina. And now in North Carolina, she actually got her nursing license. So she's currently a licensed nurse in the state of Pennsylvania, and she's been a licensed nurse, even though she has not worked as a registered nurse for years. So when she was first with John, she had gone to nursing school, and she actually graduated from Reading Hospital Medical Center. She went through a nursing program at Reading Hospital and Medical Center in Reading, Pennsylvania, and then she worked as a labor and delivery nurse. And she did not work as a labor and delivery nurse for very long. She had kids. Once she had the kids, they had sextuplets. John was working in IT, and then they went off into fame, and she sort of like left the nursing world behind. There was like a book that was put out, which was the unofficial autobiography, which basically assessed that Kate was a terrible nurse and she really wasn't really into nursing, didn't enjoy nursing. But her biggest thing, and the quotes that I have seen, is that she said that now that she was, sort of accustomed to all of this, she believed that as a single mom, she wouldn't be able to go back into nursing because frankly, it wouldn't be able to pay enough money for her to do what she does or to pay for all of her kids. So nurses can make pretty good money. I mean, I think the average salary in Pennsylvania for a nurse is like $69,000. But, when you have had an affluent lifestyle working as a nurse and having a reduction in pay like that could be huge. She has also not ever let a license lapse. So even though she hasn't worked as a nurse, it's been important to her to maintain her nursing license. And in 2011, she renewed it by doing continuing education. Her license in Pennsylvania is, I think it's up until this year. And then this new one that she just got in North Carolina, she received it on June 30th, 2021, and it expires on March 31st, 2023. And it's listed as a multi-state license. And according to the state of North Carolina, a multi-state license means that she has the authority to practice as a licensed nurse in a remote state under the current license, provided both states are party to the Nurse Licensure Compact. and the privilege is not otherwise restricted. So she has a RN, registered nurse license, and I don't know if she's planning to go into nursing, but this could be maybe her decision because the kids are older now. Maybe they don't need the kind of income that they had when they were younger. Maybe now that the kids are going to be going off to college, she wants to go back into nursing, or maybe she just wants to keep up her credentials. I have no clue. When the Sun first reported, they were not also, nobody really knows if she's working as a nurse. Now, if you remember last year, John actually slammed Kate for not working as a nurse because of the healthcare shortage in the pandemic. So another question I have is, was she maybe doing this because a lot of hospitals and facilities are actually paying nurses extra money right now because of the healthcare shortage? The pandemic has really caused a lot of healthcare burnout, and a lot of nurses have quit, a lot of techs have quit, a lot of CNAs have quit. People are just burnt out after having to work so many hours. So a lot of hospitals around the country are paying a lot of money for nurses to work, and they can make really good money right now, and there's a lot of overtime. So the money right now could be, impossible to, I guess, maybe ignore in that respect. So in the spring of 2020, John said this: "I have no idea what she's doing for work. I mean, you think she claims she has her nursing license and she'd be on the front line. That would be a good idea, just saying." He also said, "When you see nurses and doctors, it's a calling. Even if Colleen got a little sick, she's like, I'm going to work no matter what. My patients depend on me. It's this inner thing." And then my ex-wife is like, "Well, I was a nurse and this and that." There's a lot of people who talk about it, and then there's people who talk about it and actually do it. So he was throwing shade last year about Colleen, and he and Colleen have now split up. So there's that. And Colleen actually threw a little bit of shade to him on Instagram, but that's for another day. So what I think is interesting here is that Kate had become very used to the amount of money that she had with her show on TLC. And during all of that, she had some books that she wrote, so she made money on books. She also was making a lot of money on appearances. And by the way, there's still agencies that are booking Kate to speak. I don't know if she actually does public speaking, but I found a website and it says that she charges anywhere from $30,000 to $50,000 for an appearance. So I don't know if she's relying on speaking. I don't know if she even does speaking. But according to Speak Free, which is a booking agency, you can actually book Kate for $20,000 to $30,000. Now, this hasn't been updated in a while, and it says that she flies out of Pennsylvania. But they said that, they work with her manager. On her biography, it says, "Kate attended school at Reading Hospital Medical Care Center, where she earned her nursing degree and became a registered nurse. And she underwent IUI and resulted in twin daughters. And then they had fertility treatments again and had sextuplets." So I don't know if that's still active or if that's just like a stagnant page, but it says that you can book her. So she might make money on speaking engagements. I don't know. If anyone's been out and about and noticed that Kate's speaking, can you leave some comments below? I have a hard time believing that Kate's going to go back into nursing. I don't know why I have a hard time believing this. One is that, if I can recall, I don't think she really enjoyed nursing, but it is interesting that no matter what, she's never let this lapse. So even though she's had to do continuing education, she's had to do and take steps to go through the nursing board to get licensed, she's never let that, at no period in time has she let this lapse. Even though she's said before that it wouldn't afford her or she wouldn't be able to pay for her kids, she still went on and got her nursing license. That doesn't mean she's actually working as a nurse. At some point, she does have to work, you guys. I mean, she's in her 40s. She's still young. And she's a lot of life left to live. And even if you have a lot of money from reality television, that money does dry up eventually, especially if you have a set way that you like to live. And she's not using her social media for anything. There's a lot of things she could be doing, and maybe she just wants to go into the private world and actually work as a nurse. But my question to you is, do you think she actually renewed her license to become a nurse or to work as a nurse, or do you think it's just to keep the license valid and to keep the license in good standing in case she ever wanted to go back into nursing. And that's a pretty significant commitment on her part for over 20 years where she's never worked as a nurse to maintain that licensure. What's up with that? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.